that lived in Watts. Back in the 60s.
You said lived in Watts?
Yes, yes. My mother, my father, when they had the first 3 sister and brothers, and then they transitioned out of there when they had the riot.
The riot, okay.
When they moved down to South Central. So yeah, Della's been everywhere. So like I say, I had a lot of family that still lives in Watts to this day.
Where did you grow up?
Huh?
Where did you grow up?
I grew up in Compton.
Oh, okay.
In Compton on near Greenleaf and Panaz.
Okay.
And my grandfather and then my uncle took over. They used to live in Watts on Hickory.
Okay, down there, but okay. By the Great, like
Great Street was right around the corner.
Yeah.
And my crazy cousins got into all that mess over there. So, but you know, so yeah, when I heard you were from Watts, I got, I'm first time author. I'm a first time children are.
Oh yeah, when did your book come out?
Tomorrow will be 2 years.
Okay.
And today I did career day at my grandson's school. He asked for grandma. It was just a great, blissful day.
Did you take your book?
Huh?
Did you take your book?
I took my book. I passed out bookmarkers to all the kids. I went to all 3 5th grade classes. And girl, it was an experience. And I know it all had to be with God, because I kept saying, gee, I wish, my sons would support me more, say, thank you, Mom, or hey, Mom, I'm proud of you. What we do to them. And lo and behold, here comes my grandson. Grandma, would you do career day? Me? Yeah.
Yeah, with the kids, they're a little bit different. Even with my kids, I support them. They do music and stuff. I support, but they probably now, my oldest 2, they well, actually all 3 of them and my grandbaby, they had roles in the movie. But my oldest 2 were like stars in the movie, my movie. But they have never read a book that I've written. They
know.
They don't. Yeah, I'll be like, share my book. Share my book.
Yeah, share my book. Like you do your friends on your page. Right? And when I say that in front of people, when I say, no, I don't get really a big supporting, and he'll turn around and say, I'll say it the way it is. It's going on 2 years and you still haven't bought Mama's book.
Well, we are on live now.
Okay.
We are weekly live. We are on Facebook, on several different pages. So we're going to start off the show now. Well, I guess we're going to wait for Aleta. There we go. So let's give our grand introduction. Welcome everyone to the Spicy Divorce Party Planner TV show. I'm your host, Spice. I'm here with my lovely co-host, Delia Ann Maischel.
Hello, everyone. Happy Friday.
And we have a guest by the name of Aleta Williams.
Yay.
Hey, hello.
Hey, everyone represent, what city are you holding down today? I'm in Marina Del Rey.
I'm in Watts.
Go ahead, honey. You go first.
Watts.
Okay, we got
mine is Compton, Long Beach, New York, Brooklyn.
Yes. So we're all in Los Angeles today, but different areas. So we want to welcome our guest, grand rising, grand day, to Aleta Williams for being our guest. We're going to talk about her today. Let me tell you a little bit about her. She's originally from Watts, California, and she's back in Watts today.
Hey.
She was a teen mom. She unfortunately watched or witnessed her mother being murdered in front of her. But she's moved on with her life. She's moved past that, which is very difficult to do, I can imagine.
Yeah.
And She's been a best-selling author with over 30 books. And she created Salty, a ghetto soap opera, Why Me and Why Her, which is a series. She also directed a movie, and she has several ghostwriting projects. So everyone, welcome her in. Welcome in, Aleta. Delia,
Thank you.
we got a lot of questions for you.
Mhm.
How's everyone doing this evening? Is everyone feeling good? Is everyone at their best?
I
I'm
feel
doing
great.
good.
You're doing good? Okay, good. So we got a lot of questions. Do you want to start off, Delia, or you want me to start off?
Sure, I'll start off.
Okay.
Well, she answered the first question, and it was, do you still live in Watts?
No, I don't.
No, you don't.
Okay.
And how long ago did you move out?
I left Watts 2012.
Oh,
It's been a while. So
and
Well,
go ahead.
was it difficult growing up in Watts? I stayed in Watts at one point too, and I still have some
Okay.
people out there.
Okay. No, for me, I mean, difficult, like hard.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I moved in 2012. In 2012, my dad, he stayed in Watts until 2014, until he passed away. But up until maybe
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sad to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that.
thank you, 2022 is when I just actually stopped going. So even though I moved away, I still was going hanging on the block probably like every weekend or every other weekend. So
Wow.
for me, I can't say that it was difficult because it was the norm for me.
Okay.
I really from down in LA area, they call it like the low bottoms. That's where I grew up with my grandmother because, you know, as you introduced, my mom passed away. And then on the weekend, I would go to Watts. But eventually I ended up just staying directly with my dad. But no, it wasn't difficult for me because that's where I grew up. So it's the
Okay.
norms for me.
Okay.
But I would say like for my youngest child, it would be not normal to her. Like, for instance, we went over there one day. She was like, oh, all this trash, you know, it's different for her, but not for me. If that makes sense. Mhm.
Yeah. So she's being raised in a different environment.
Mhm.
But do you think it's difficult for other people living there?
I can't. So difficult. It's basically life is what you make it. So they adapt. You adapt to your community, and I adapted. You know, I gang banged. I gang banged. I was from a gang over there. You know, I did what you do. I hung on the block. You know, back in the day, I would jack people and fight and just rep my hood and everything else. So I think I won't say it's difficult if it's your normal, because your normal really can't be difficult. I don't think when people think of Watts, I don't know if they think of people just like poor and just, I mean, a lot of people probably are on welfare or whatever, but it's not like just poor where you just hungry, you struggle. I mean, you're probably struggling. No, I don't see it like that.
Okay.
Because, Watts was really a good city, a good community before, a lot of, it got more infested with gangs because their kids, the people that, own the homes and stuff, their kids grew up to be gangbangers. But I don't think it's really difficult because that's where they're from. That's the after a while you get tired of hearing the sirens and, the gunshots and stuff, and you want better, you want clean, you want to go to the grocery store and find a basket. But other than that, not if it's your norm, I don't think it's difficult.
Okay. So are you single or are you married?
I am married pending a divorce.
Okay. Okay.
Mhm.
And how long have you been married for?
We were married 17 years. We was together for 30 years this past August, and we were married for 17 years this past August. And then I filed for divorce in this past October.
Okay, that's a long time.
Was it? Yeah.
It sounds like it. Delia, do you have some more questions right now, or
Yes.
I
have another one. Where did the writing come from? How did that come from, and then what age you decided to start writing stories down? Was it during your gang banging years? Was it younger than that, or as you got older?
No, so it was probably in fifth. Well, actually, to be honest with you, you guys, I began to recognize that I was gang banging in fifth grade. Okay, so in fifth grade, and probably a little bit before that, I used to write raps. You know, I used to want to be like JJ Fad and you know, Salt and Pepper, Yo Yo, and you know, so I used to write raps, and that's probably when I realized it. But actually, you know what? I went to Compton Avenue Elementary School in Watts, and they had someone that come out and she gave this speech about living in, you know, the urban community and the dangers of, you know, how we need to, you know, be in the house early and stuff like this. And then it was an essay contest. And I wrote the essay, and I remember because I was living with my dad and I didn't have a pen and paper. So I wrote it with a red marker and on white line paper. And I wrote the essay and I turned it in and I won out of my fifth grade. Yeah, the whole fifth grade
That's
school.
wonderful.
Right. So but I didn't know. I didn't even know I knew how to write. I just wrote, you know, she said, write this. So I wanted to go to McDonald's and play on the toys. And so I won, and we went there. And then I began to write raps. I don't know how I came about. I just start writing them and telling my friends we used to rehearse because we wanted to be like, you know, the and the rappers. But then I really realized I knew how to write is when I joined church, and we had a Women of Color Day, and we had to do a poem. And I was like, oh, you know what? I used to write raps. I know how to write. So I wrote that poem. It's called actually the poem is read at the end of my movie. So I wrote that one, like, do they judge me because I'm human and everyone make mistakes, or do they judge me because my address, you know, is South Central LA? So I wrote that poem, got a standing ovation. I don't know, it was just natural. So my grandmother as a kid, she used to always say I was a storyteller because I make up all these fantasies. She'd be like, I love telling stories, but I'll make up all this stuff that happened and stuff like that. But I began to write my first book. It was actually kind of like a challenge. I was proving myself to my soon-to-be ex-husband. I opened up his computer and I found a file, and the file was a thing like Stop Snitching, and it was like the movie. And so when he came, I was like, I'm writing this movie for you, like that. And he was like, I'm gonna have Shamia help me write it. And Shamia was my little cousin. Rest in peace. She passed away a couple of years ago. And so I said, Shamia's a nerd. She don't, because she went to film school. So I said, she don't write stuff like that. She do like Mrs. Doubtfire and stuff. She don't write hood stuff. Yeah. And he was like, but I'm gonna have her do it. And I was like, I said, I can write it. And he was like, no. So I said, you know what? Because all my life, people, you know, telling me what I can't do, you know. I was like really counted out, especially being in Watts, and the people in Watts, the adults in Watts was really bad. And also the teachers, you know, they'll say things like, oh, you're going to be a welfare mom, and, you know, you're going to be dead before you're 21. A lot of the adults were bad, you know. Yeah. And that's why I'm digressing, but that's why I really have a passion for teens and kids, because people don't really understand these adults, they plant these seeds in your head. They're terrible because they're unhealed adults. But anyway, so I always felt like I had to prove myself to my teachers, to the people in my community, you know, and even to like my aunt, you know, I won't say my father and grandmother, but like my aunt, people who down talk me, I proved myself, you know, to them, like, no, I'm not. And so when he said that I couldn't write the book, it was like a challenge for me. So what I did is I began to configure Lana and Debo, the main characters in my first book, which was formerly known as Zip Code, a Watson Compton tale, now known as In the Hood, a Watson Compton love story. So I began to write that book. I wrote maybe like 3 or 4 pages. And when he came home, I read it to him and he liked it. So Lana was me and Debo was him, kind of true to life story. And he liked it. So, and then I put it away. And I remember him going to jail. He called one day, like, whatever happened to that book you wrote? I said, I was working. I said, oh, I'm gonna finish it. He was like, finish it. And then I just end up finishing the book. And I've never, and I put this, I don't know if it's on TikTok, but by that time, girl, I only had read about 3 books in my life. Okay, 3 full novels. And I wasn't a reader. I just did it.
Yeah.
And then I figured out how to publish it, figured out how to get a cover, and then
That's
that
a
was
lot
that.
of work to learn how to do all that.
It's not, but it's not when you have somebody to teach you, you know. But yeah, you're right. Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was a lot.
Yeah.
It was. But yeah.
A lot of people still don't know how to do that. It's a
So
difficult
it's all
task.
about, I did it to just like, you know, to prove a point. Like, don't tell me what I know, what I can do. But I really kind of like forgot that I knew how to write because I was in, you know, the corporate world. And then after the corporate, that clock end, I'll go to the block, hang out on the block. So I really kind of forgot about my talent. And I always tell people, don't sleep on your talent. Remember, you have it because it's a gift.
Yes,
and that gift for you to benefit off of, to prosper.
Yeah, it sounds like you started recognizing your gift early. You said like in 5th grade.
I didn't know it was a gift. I was just doing something, but yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely a gift. If you can start writing at 5th grade, most of us are barely learning how to complete sentences and stuff.
What made you look to our young teens, our young women now growing up, which I think it's wonderful because they need more motivation and more positivity, especially in this world today.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I look to them because I was them. So I have another poem in there. It's called The Like Me's, and that's the reason why I wrote that book. You know, I do teach like a 7-step class, how to start and finish your book. And then one of the things is why. Why are you writing the book? And it's the like me's. I want to encourage them, to inspire them, you know, and then they can relate to me because I'm real. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna, you know what I mean? I'm real. I experienced it. And then I want them to be able to recognize that God gives the talent and do something with it. You know what I mean?
Yes,
don't just sit here and do nothing, depend on these jobs, because really you will never get rich working a 9 to 5.
Right.
And just to do something, even if they stay in their job, you know what I mean? But do something with your talent, do something with yourself. And I just want to inspire them. Like, you know what? I see my mom drop dead at my feet. You know, I went through this. People talked about me too. But look,
yeah.
And then they have to relate, you know, all the stuff that I went through, Lana went through in the movie, in the books, or even in the Sawtooth series. It's a lot of true to life experiences, not only mine, but people in the hood. So they can relate to that. And then I thought, you know, in order for them to want to read the book, you have to talk their language, not just preach to them. So I'm talking their language, and now they're interested in the book, but then they're going to get the moral of the story.
Beautiful. I love that. I love that.
Yeah, we do love that you're a book author and that you're reaching out to the young people at a level that they can understand. Now we're going to hit you with, you know, an uppercut. So, recently you seen your ex-husband. So how did you run into him? I didn't know whether you're still married to him or he's your ex-husband, but he's still currently considered your husband because you're not officially divorced, right?
We were, my daughter and I, we were at the what is it called? We Wild in comedy show they had at the Forum in Los Angeles, and in Inglewood. I'm sorry, we were there, but I already knew, you know, I already knew that he was going to be there. I already said, when I was in the car, I actually wrote it in my notes when I heard the Lord speak to me and said that he's going to be there, and I knew that he was going to be with a girl.
Wow!
And it was so strategic because it was packed in there. And as my daughter and I, we get up to walk, it's just us 4 on this aisle together. So it was meant for me to see him, you know what I mean? And it was just a fair warning too. So probably maybe I won't act, or maybe I would act crazy. I don't think so, but maybe, you don't know what a trigger would do, right?
Yeah.
And so I seen them. They were walking this way and we're walking that way. One side and I looked and I was like, what's up? The man looked at me like I was his op honey, okay, like I was his enemy. I subbed him, my daughter, she hugged him or whatever. And I'm just like, dude, when we agreed to get the divorce, I said, we are not enemies. I said, we have kids, we have a grandbaby together. We're not enemies. I respect you. I said, I respect you for saying you don't want to go to counseling. We might as well get a divorce instead of lying. I respect that. But for somebody that you've been with all this time and that you didn't held down, and not even if you take the mother, and I'm digressing, I know you asked me one question, but not if you take being in the relationship, but you from the street, I'm from the street. So loyalty is loyalty, right? How you expect these ninjas out here to be loyal to you, don't snitch on you, who never had a covenant with you, who never, you know what I mean, that holding your secrets, a lot of them probably are, but you know what I mean? But you can't even be loyal to someone who, I could have been in jail plenty of times. I could have been killed, everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you call me for a lot of stuff, like, you know what, come get this, come hold this, come pick me up, Becky should hide you. You know what I mean? You calling me, you call your homie.
Yeah.
You got a lot of them, they just cry babies. Or you got a homie crying, talking about he can't take, you taking a case, leaving your baby when she only 6 months because he crying because he can't take a case. Dude, I never folded. So speak. Why you can't speak? I don't want you.
Yeah.
I don't, and I feel that you did a lot of stuff, you know, that I'm cool, but my grandbaby, his birthday in a couple of days, we go to the party. You just walk around being awkward. That's stupid to me.
So it's going to come up in a couple of days, you're going?
The baby, yeah, this weekend.
Yeah, I don't know why he's all angry about it.
Yeah, like, dude, you the one was mad. You the one.
Yeah.
I should be mad. And you know, I was mad, but I still was cordial because I knew that I didn't want you anymore. I knew that was it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I was still cool. I was, you know, like, so, you know, in the beginning I didn't speak, I didn't say anything, but it really got bad when I stopped giving him sex, okay?
When you what?
When we started having sex, when I said, no, you're not touching me, nothing. Ooh, that's when he really started.
He's like, it's really over now. Yeah. Well, some people just like, they ran their course and it's just not no good anymore. My friend used to say, like, she used to say, like, once your milk spoils and you put it in the refrigerator and you pull it back out, it's just bad at that point. So that's how she explained relationships.
You know, my house caught on fire in May of last year, May 2nd last year. I remember a couple of days, his birthday is May 11th. A couple of days before his birthday, I called him on the phone. I was just thinking, I'm like, dude, you know, because this is like, I had like PTSD, you know what I mean? You know, because like every time he would go to jail, you know, it like set us back, you know, so it felt like I'm set back again, you know, with the house situation.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, dude, I said, you haven't called me to say, you know, let's go out to have a drink, you know, well, he don't drink, but let's go out, you know, just to chill, to get me out the house. You haven't, you know what I mean? You haven't did anything. You haven't asked me, am I okay or anything? You just, I'm out here you're at a baseball game. I'm out here, you know, a hood baseball game. You're not trying to, so then on his birthday, that was the last time we finished having sex, okay? His phone just kept going. I stopped going through the man's phone because I said, when it's time, the Lord gonna show me, and that's a wrap. I was done. I didn't did it too many years, didn't act a fool too many years because I used to act a fool.
Yeah.
And that's why he should have known that it was big for me to speak because, baby, I'll hop up out that car in a minute on him.
Yeah.
So, and I went through the phone, all this nasty stuff. I found if I wasn't, you know, if I was just like a dirty female, a bitter female, I could post everything, that all them screenshots I took. People would be like, you messing with this person, you trying to sleep with this. I can, man, I will. I could.
We would have let you do it on our show too. No, just so we don't mess with it.
You feel me? But
yeah. So that, you know what's make it worse? So this woman knows that you're still technically married. Have you ever heard or seen of her before? Do you think she's new, or has she been around for a while? Do you know?
She kept her back turned, so I don't know who she. But it don't with her. It really, to me, seeing her is nothing, because the man. If you see that inbox, it's just like it came off as like you thirsty, like you just used to listen to people. You thirsty.
A lot of them are thirsty, girl. They be saying like, I want to marry you, and they look like I don't know what. Yeah,
I mean, like, every time somebody have a booty picture, oh, when you gonna let me hit that? When you got like, nigga, you 56 years old, grow up.
I'm glad you saw it though, because once you see it, it's one thing. Like if you don't know and you think they're innocent, but God, it's good to see it, because now you're like, I'm never messing with you. Now that I know what you say and what you do, I don't want nothing to do with you.
Because Spice, that's not true because I've been with this man. He's been doing stuff. You know what I mean? So I've been seeing texts in your phone. It was just like you were thirsty, and he was so disrespectful because people know me. They know you. You know what I mean? And then some of the people that you inbox, I'm like, wait a minute, this is my reader. They not saying anything back to you. You know, you probably got a couple of saying back, but you just nasty.
Yeah.
You disgusting, and I'm too old for that. I'm not trying to get no diseases. I'm better off. Yeah, because sometimes I probably don't even have an orgasm anyway. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I'm good.
So yeah, it's probably best not to be with him then. I mean, but yeah, I know it's horrible that you've been with him for a long time, but I rather know than not know, because sometimes you think they're like innocent and you're giving them all kinds of chances, but when you finally see it, that like kind of sets you free. Like now you know what they're really about. So, but you said you've already dealt with this.
Not with me. I dealt with it. I would say something, and I'll tell you about a time, but I'm going to say this from the book about a time where I caught something in his phone that I should have really just been left out. I didn't see the whole video or something. Okay.
Yeah.
But I'll go. Yeah. But yeah, I was just a fool. I was fighting because I grew up feeling rejected and abandoned, and that's what, you know what I mean? So I was fighting for a family. When they say you're going to have a million different baby daddies, I wanted to have that one baby daddy to still in my mind to prove what these adults say that probably dead or on dope right now.
Yeah.
You know, that I'm not going to have more than one baby daddy. You know what I mean? So I was fighting to prove with these seeds that these adults planted in my head. You know, and then also with the rejection issue. Even I had homeboys, like when he was in jail before, that he gonna leave you when he get out. He gonna leave you when you get out. And it was kind of good that my homeboy, rest in peace, that he did say that, because when he went to jail when I was pregnant with our oldest daughter. He didn't meet her until she was 5. But when he said that, it stuck in my mind again, and I didn't do nothing for him while he was in jail. Nothing, okay? And still, you know, did my thing after I had the baby, but I didn't do anything. But it's like, you know what I mean? But he didn't leave. Of course, he was there. And why wouldn't he be? Because I'm being a dummy, right?
Yeah.
So I done seen a lot. I done been through a lot. People would know me, think like she's just the angry baby mama. She always over here tripping. But at the end of the day, I was fighting for something. Somebody was manipulating me, making me feel like I'm the problem when they really was the problem.
Oh, a lot of women go through that. And yeah, a lot of people, we don't know whether they're going to be with you or not, because a lot of times that men that do go to prison, when they come out, they repeat the same shit and they go back there again. So we really don't know whether they will be there or not. So, I mean, a lot of women experience that. And a lot of women, they want to be with the same partner and have their children with the same person. But sometimes these men are disappointing. They don't live up to our expectations. You know, they probably were never up to par in the first place.
You would think that he wanted. This sucker that had recordings all in my car, under the bed, even here. When I start sleeping on the couch and I wasn't doing anything, I haven't cheated because I didn't cheat it. You know what I mean? I done had a whole relationship. You know, why not? But I haven't cheated. Like my daughters, I haven't cheated here since maybe in like 10 years. Okay. And maybe I'm lying, but I have just wasn't nothing recent, right? And so I would sleep on the couch. I was sleeping on the couch because I don't like to go to bed early. You know, I'm a writer. I'm up. I'm thinking, and I like to be on the telephone. But one day I began to just clean under the couch. This sucker got a whole camera thing, tape record inside the couch, just trying to hear what I'm saying. You doing all this?
He had something in the couch listening to you.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
The man that had one day when we was living in Carson at the time. This is probably like in 2015. A little bit after my dad died, and I'm sitting here. He was just acting so funny. Mind you ripping around the streets all day. You know what I mean? You acting so, and I'm wondering like, what's wrong with him? So I said, you know, he must be cheating. So I get up, go in the garage, get in his truck, start searching. I found a tape recorder. I listened to it. That's why you acting funny, sucker, because you didn't hear me in here talking about you. And I'm not even talking about you like that. I'm talking, praying to God. I'm talking to my daddy about you. I'm just, you know, my dad dead, but I'm just talking. I'm venting to you. Done heard all the business, me saying stuff about you. You doing all this sneaky stuff with all these cameras and stuff.
Wow.
Tape recorders. But you still, that's hater stuff to me.
I didn't know men went to that extent. I thought it was just us women.
You did, baby.
Me too.
I thought it was just us women.
They're the bigger
so
ones.
now we gotta watch out. No, I
That
always
it
feel
is.
like
Yeah, I got
I
my
feel like they
cousin
got
said,
stuff on my phone. I'm like, are you
yeah,
tracking me? How do you know where I'm at? I don't
no,
know.
my cousin told, look, my cousin told me that her husband had it on, look like a picture frame in her room,
Oh,
but it was a camp. I'm
yeah.
not with that, and
I've
that's what,
seen
you know what I
the
told him.
little
I said,
radio too looks like it is a camera too,
I'm
or
not with
alarm
that.
clock.
I will act a fool on you. I probably would used to look at his phone, but I don't want to put a camera. I don't want to go that deep to, because I might hear some stuff that I don't even want to hear. Like I could find out something maybe on a download or something. I don't want to hear all that. You feel
Yeah,
me? And
yeah.
when I'm talking to my dad, this is my intimate moment. I'm on my way to work, probably crying, saying I miss my daddy. You all in me and my daddy business. You know
Oh,
what I mean? I'm
yeah,
praying for God. You all
Personal.
in my business. That's like, I
yeah.
didn't, that pissed
Sacred
me
time
off.
with your dad. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
That's
dude,
wild. Yeah, we usually hear
yeah.
that women do that, not too many times about
I'm
men.
like, no, that's what I don't
So
want. I'm
ladies, you better
not
watch
for that.
out because they're taping us now too.
Baby, yes, they do. Mhm.
Did your husband take you to events with him?
We went out, you know, we would go hang out. But the thing with him was certain things he didn't want to invite me to. So he is the president of a car club.
Okay.
And I tripped on him a couple of times. Like, you go to the car club, you're the president, right? I'm
Yeah.
your wife. You know, you have some, probably have a little event. I don't go to all of them, you know, because I'm doing, but I'll go to one. Why these women up here in your car club that they don't speak, they look, and I'm like, what's going on? Like, you don't even say like, this my woo, this my wife. You ain't said nothing because you know you don't want me there because you asking somebody.
Yeah.
And why they don't have enough respect to speak? So then, you know, you always tripping because at the end of the day, it's always about respect for me.
Yeah.
I done walked into E40 and his wife. I spoke to her first and then E40, and you
Yeah.
know what I mean. It's
Yeah.
just
Definitely.
respect for
Yep.
me.
Respect. Uh-huh.
I don't play them type of games. So you don't want, oh, you always want to start trouble. I'm not, you want to make it feel like I'm starting trouble. So then you can have an excuse not to say, oh, why you coming?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Or you
Yeah.
have something, you'll do some, back in the day when they used to have like the hood functions and sometimes, oh, you're doing something in your hood. No, you always want to start, you over there because you screwing somebody. You
Mm.
always want to make it like a,
Yeah.
so it was like other stuff we'll go to, like, you know, his homies throw a party or something like that. But as far as like that his lowrider set thing, because you know they all screw each other on them lowrider and motorcycle clubs. That's what they do.
Oh,
And so
we just
I'm
learned something new. We ain't messing with none of them. That's why.
come on now, you know what I mean? And so I mean, because one of the girls that I found from the lowrider thing, she messed with another president. It was his girlfriend. When I went up and went in her face and confronted her in front of her man and everything else. I said, so you inboxing him? They just nasty.
Yeah.
But
That's
I'll tell
good.
y'all who it was and everything when the book come out. But go ahead.
But
Mm-hmm.
so should we be worried? Is he going to come after you after he watches this interview? Just because we've seen some stuff like that go down, like on YouTube, and
I mean, what are you gonna do?
okay. I'm just asking because you know how you have you ever watched on YouTube that their ex comes in and tries to kill them?
Baby, I rebuke that in the name of Jesus.
Okay.
If he come over here, he's gonna drop dead. He's gonna drop dead. The Lord don't play about me, so he better
Oh,
watch it.
okay.
I mean, I don't even have to pull my gun, and he know I got one. I don't got to pull it out because he'll get into an accident before he even get here. That's how much the Lord loved me.
Okay.
Period. I ain't worried about it.
Yeah.
Thank goodness. So did you feel betrayed then?
Yeah, very much so betrayed. And I don't think it was more so as, you know, a lot of people will feel betrayed as the cheating. I guess I probably just got numb to that or just like whatever and keep taking them back. But then, like I said, I'm not innocent. I done some things. So, but what I felt betrayed about is you left me high and dry. You didn't say, here, you know, I wasn't working then. You didn't leave me money. You didn't want to give me money for child support. You just like F me. That's what I felt betrayed about. When you couldn't go to your mama house, you at my daddy house. You couldn't parole to your mama house, you at my daddy house. Everything's at my daddy house before he died. You know what I mean? Or here. So that's the betrayal. Like you couldn't even, I'm like, I didn't have a job, you know. The job ended. So I told him, I said, you know what? I said, I'm gonna need you to put our place in your. I got your kids, and you know our other kids. They always live with us, so I need you to put a place in your name for me
Yeah.
We family. This is how
Yeah.
I feel, but we ain't no more. So
Yeah.
put a place in your name for me because you have the job. You know, you make
Yeah.
good money. You have a job. Put a place. Why I gotta do all that? What?
Because you done helped them all these years.
But at the end of the day, what?
Yeah, and you guys got kids together. Yeah.
What do you mean? And then I say, didn't want to bad. I mean, just
Sounds like a man to me.
A lot of them are disappointed, Aleta.
But you'll be loyal to your friends. I have people say, "Oh, he helped me with this.
For
He
real.
helped me with that. He helped me with this." But at the end of the day, you ain't helping. You fake out here in these streets, supporting these people, helping them out here in the streets. But when behind closed doors, where your family at, your covenant, you ain't. How would you? I can understand that. I said I would never did you like that. Just say F it and gone. You dirty, but karma is a B.
Yeah.
Karma's. I love Karma. We're best friends.
There's a lot of disappointing men in this world.
Oh, yeah.
What we've experienced, but I also know that there's a lot of great men as well. So we just got to start like recognizing them and having like
when I see one, I'll recognize them.
Yeah, when we see some good ones, I've seen some good ones.
I ain't recognizing them.
Sometimes we gotta let go of the bad ones so we can get to the good ones.
I don't
There
have
definitely
any.
is some good
I don't
ones.
have any. Yeah.
How are we gonna get a good one if this bad one's still
I'm gonna
attached
have a
here?
good one. So this is divorce final. I already know mine coming.
Yeah, definitely.
Ain't nowhere in the world that
I'm
mine
not.
ain't coming. It's gotta come.
Yeah.
Yep. And I've learned that now you got to just say what you want from the very beginning. Like, this is a certain lifestyle you want. This is your expectations. If you're going to events, I want to go to events. I don't want to be with the guy who's leaving me behind. I've experienced that as well. I've had some of my girlfriends tell me like, why weren't you at the club last night? And I'm like, what do you mean? They're like, oh, James was here. I'm like, what do you mean? He told me he was at the music studio. So I'm over here watching a kid going to school full-time working, and he's at the club. So I know exactly what you're going through. So a lot of us have experienced that. So now we just got to pick better men is what it seems like. Plus we were both young.
Yeah.
You're young when you met him, it sounds
We're all young. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then that's what I'm just like, I'm cool. I red flag. I gave my number out a couple of times, baby. Probably after the second conversation, block.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Well, good. Well, that's
I love that block number.
Yeah, we don't want to repeat the same patterns of it before. So Dahlia, do you have another question or should I go on?
Yeah, I have another question.
Okay.
What made you pick being the ghostwriter?
A ghostwriter just to help other people in another stream of income, helping people that really, really have a story, because everybody can't story tell. So they do have a story, and just to help them bring it to life and to actually get their story out there. Because you know what I mean? Like I said, everyone has a story. So if they can't tell the story, let me tell you a story. And especially if it's a good story, then that story is going to help somebody else. It's going to be somebody else's testimony, inspire somebody else.
Okay.
But to make them feel good, like I got my book out. You know what I mean? My book is out, my story is told. So sometimes people think it's about actually writing, and it's, I mean, and if you're a writer, it's good, but it's really about telling your story.
Right.
Telling your story. That's what it's really about, telling the story.
Okay.
Because it's your idea, it's your creation, right? So
yes.
Yeah. That's it. And then a lot of people lazy, don't want to do it. I even have an author. She have a couple of books out, lazy, just don't want to. Sometimes they don't want to do it, or too busy. You know. So.
Okay.
Wonderful.
On TikTok, you mentioned that your husband was jealous when you were making your film. Can you tell us about that, and what advice do you have to deal with a jealous partner?
Yeah, good question.
And did he ever end up making a film?
Yeah, so the movie was just like, I did it in the spur of the moment. I was just my best friend April Cox, she's the best-selling author and stage play Stuck on Stupid. So I called her. I said, April, I feel like I'm not doing anything. I said, come out here and let's shoot this movie. Because she had directed a stage play, sold out like almost 500 seats.
Wow.
And it was her time, and she did really well. I said, come out here and let's do this movie. She like, okay. And I told my son, who's rap, Biggie, I told him, I was like, find somebody to shoot our movie. I want to shoot the movie on my first book, and he was like, all right, I got you. And then I just went into my savings and I did it, right? And I told myself, like, I'm gonna shoot this movie, blah, 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 just done it, did it. But but I didn't plan. And that's why, I would do the classes and help people because I didn't plan. Sometimes I just do things because I want to get it out the way. So a lot of things I didn't plan. I didn't like plan locations. So the spur of the moment, I had to go pay for a location, but it was, I didn't have that in my budget too. Or, like some of the actors, like a lot of their friends act in the movie. So, they live like Canoga Park area, like 45 minutes to an hour away. And sometimes they couldn't have a car, their baby mama car or their mama car. So I had to pay for them to Uber up and back, right? Because you're in my movie, you're doing it for free. And so, a couple of times, so, there's a lot of things I didn't plan. So one time I was like, hey, can you pay for such and such to get back home? No, this your movie. We're married. This is your movie, dude.
Wow.
And that's another thing I'm gonna digress with. I'll start to recognize is that you have all this in this house. You have writers, you have rappers in this house, you have actors in your house, but then you always go in the street and look for somebody else to support. And then you'll wait some time. It's man,
that's right.
It's pitiful.
I agree.
So I'm your wife. I'm your wife.
Yeah, your partner.
So I'm like, he keeps saying, this your movie, this your movie. And so with really like different things, he's standing there, you can tell he's standing in the back, ain't saying nothing with like a little attitude or whatever, like you acting like a H. Yeah. And so and this is a whole thug dude
that's what he said to you, or that's what how you feel about it?
That's what I'm thinking in my mind. No, because this is my movie, I don't got time. I probably cussed him out about once or twice. I wish they would have had it on there, but you're a whole street dude, right?
Yeah.
Right. And people look at, my light fell. Now, hold on. Okay. So, wait a minute, girl. Let me just put the thing on. So, you a whole street dude, and can you see me? I'm trying to talk about. I'll fix this
not
light.
Too well, not too good.
But you're a whole street dude, and you're acting like this with your wife off of her movie. Yeah. So so we were at one scene, you just sitting back, whatever, but you keep saying your movie, your movie. I don't understand that. You're supposed to build together. We got we got kids to leave stuff too, You're supposed to build, but you want to go out here, hook up with other people, and I'm digressing, hook up with other people, one of the people from the car club. Oh, she's know where to find a club at. What are you always going outside? You weird, bro. And so I'm sorry, I'm texting one of these kids to tell them to come here. Okay. And so we were at one of the scenes that really made me mad. We were at the jail scene. And we was like, that's stupid. Because he'd have been in prison probably all the life. And so that's stupid. You doing that. And then I'm like, quit saying my stuff stupid. Already in the picture, attitude and everything. Quit saying this is my project. What Erykah Badu say, I'm an artist and I'm sensitive about my ass. Okay. Yeah. And I'm like, quit saying it's stupid. Then next thing you know, he goes, that's all right. I'm gonna do when I make my own movie. And then everybody just got quiet because it's like, huh?
Yeah, that sounds jealous to us. Has he ever talked about making a movie before this point in time?
Yeah, when I did the first book, remember I found that file that said stop snitching. Yeah. But I mean, he was feeling like he was excited about this, but when it started coming into fruition, he was just like acting funny. But what really did it is the day of the movie premiere. Now, he went and bought the projector and the speakers. Okay. And the people on the outside looking in, they will say, and women, you just got to pay attention to patterns and pay attention to stuff and quit feeling good just because, they did this, they bought this, they did. So if you on the outside looking in, he went to buy your speakers for the movie. He went to buy the film projector for the movie, right? Yes. And people on the outside, they'd be like, well, at least he did that. I already knew why he was doing that because I'd been with the man forever. It was for him. So when the movie was over, all he talked about was he is going to host the movie at the park at the dark. He's going to host the movie. The man never congratulated me publicly for the movie. He just shared it. He didn't congratulate me at the event. One of my characters brought me flowers. He didn't do flowers. I asked him to buy water. He didn't want to buy water. The dude, he didn't want to help do stuff until Melody from Wing It Out, I believe her show is.
Oh
She
yeah, we know
came,
Melody. Uh-huh.
yeah. So she came to do the red carpet. And when she came, you know, she's an older lady. So when
Uh-huh.
she came, baby, she was on the dude's head like, y'all need to do this, do this. And that's when he started doing something. Somebody else had to tell you to do something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's when he was on it. You know, but
Oh.
he bought it, yeah. But that's his stuff. He was doing it because he wanted to do something with the stuff afterwards anyway.
Oh, because he was going to use it for like future projects. Is that what you
Yeah,
mean?
yeah. Uh-huh.
Oh, oh okay.
I ain't no fool, so everybody would look at, oh, at least he did.
Mm.
Yeah, you call people out to be in the movie, but I know you. You called them out because you wanted to, you know what I mean? But I didn't. I always consider. I even put your name in the movie on the credits, and you didn't do anything.
Yeah.
You know, you probably called a couple of people out. My homeboy called some people out. So what?
Yeah.
My son called people out. So what?
Yeah.
But I'm your wife. Well, you keep saying this your movie, this your movie. Then buy the chicken. Then do at the baby. That so what I would say to people is you need to pay attention to the pattern. Quit getting excited about the small stuff that they do. Because I used to, he'd come with a Gucci bag, or Burberry, come with me tennis bracelets and stuff like that. But I would think about it, dude. Basically, we going half on everything anyway. You got the money because not only is you doing this, you know what I mean. You got the money to do. You make more money than me.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
they like you did it all the time. He come by that. And I used to be happy about that. Look what he bought me. But then I think about it, you was a special occasion purchaser.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Did that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Girl,
I'm just
some of
okay.
you luckier than us. We can't get any type of occasion gifts over here. Just like,
Oh
I'm
yeah,
love
they
my
be trying to do the same thing. You know, I'm coming in later, Lita.
hey,
I am
girl.
so
this is
sorry.
our
My name is
co-host
Tiffany.
Tiffany.
You gonna just leave us out like that, huh?
Oh my goodness,
You
that right
looking
Yeah.
there,
good,
what you just
Tiffany.
said. What
Yeah,
you
it's
just
like,
said.
dude, yeah, but I was excited, like, oh, he got me this, he got me that. But when you grow up and you mature, so that's why I said pay attention. That wasn't nothing.
Mm-hmm.
That
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
ain't nothing.
Yeah, we've dealt with some jealous partners too, or they're like haters, like you said, like you're trying to
Mm-hmm.
work on something, they do not believe it, they don't think that it could be done
Mm-hmm.
until they
No
start
support
seeing you,
whatsoever.
That's pitiful.
making marks or making some money, then all of a sudden they start to believe you.
Yeah, and we don't know. I had so many people reach out to me to do that movie when he was in jail. And I always said I'm waiting for him to come home. You know what I mean? Waiting for my husband to come. So many dudes, they done reached out to me. I could say at least about 4 or 5, you know what I mean, that was doing independent films reached out to me, and I didn't do it based on his, you know, waiting on my husband. But then you just this your movie. How at the you didn't even congratulate your wife at the movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then he told me that Shaq pulled up with another dude, and but they were outside. I'm like, why you didn't? I ain't telling him to come in. You got contact, you got connections with her. You go share it and say this. Even with I ain't even gonna bring the people up. Never mind. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
the man just it's all about him. I didn't see him in a music video with Blueface and Mozzie and all these, and I'm like, did you call your son and tell him to come be in the movie? Somebody called me. Your son is a rapper, dude.
Yeah,
You call him to tell him to come be in the video?
that's true. Why didn't he? Some
And then
people
my
are
son,
selfish, girls. Selfish.
Yes,
baby.
Really
yes.
selfish.
But people be on the outside, they look in, and one of my friends, she told me this, and I got offended. She had told me this before. She said, "You make him look good," and I was offended by that.
Mm.
And she was like, "Cause you just do it." And then, you know, we had talked maybe a couple of weeks ago. We were out eating one day, and she was telling me stuff, and she was just like, I don't know why you surprised because everything you say, you remember how he didn't want to do, he didn't want to do this, do this, do this. He want to go half on this. He don't want to do this. Put his money. And she was like, so why are you surprised? Because I was blind. You be blind. You ignore it. You don't pay attention. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because you want something so
Yeah.
bad, something, you know, to work so bad. And a lot of these women, I was with a lot of women, they're not with the man that did this to them because the ninja left them. So you have a lot of people like, well, why you been with him? You been with I've been with this one person doing this, but you had about 5 or 6 relationships doing the same thing to you. That's why you're single right now. That's why you know what I mean, you got 3 or 4 different baby daddies right now. You
Yeah.
going through this, you know what I mean? It's just that I stuck with this one particular person. That's what people don't understand.
Yeah. There's some women that do stay with people for a long time. I know I stayed with some for 10 years,
Yeah,
too
you stay
long.
with them. Yeah, 10. Yeah, but that's true. But then you have people like, oh, you dumb, you stay with them. sucker, you dumb. You was with this baby daddy here that did the same thing, and then you got this baby daddy. It's the same thing. You just got different ninjas.
No, no, I know some have like 20 different dudes
Yeah.
and 20 abortions to go along with them. So
Yeah,
I know
so
what
it's
you're
like,
saying.
you
I
ain't
don't know
no
what's
better while you talking.
yeah, I don't know what's the best ideal. Like, what do you stay with them or you do not stay with them? I think we got to
Baby,
do
when
just
you leave for
what
your
makes us
peace,
happy in the long run. What's going to
yeah,
make the
if
whole
somebody,
family happy.
no, but people always say do what makes you happy. That's not good advice to me.
Mhm.
That's saying do what makes you happy, because sometimes people don't even know what their happiness is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I would say,
Yeah.
I would say do what gives you peace. If you angry
Okay.
all the time, you argue, you
Yeah.
got to keep touching the phone, you got to keep doing this. Get on.
Okay. That's we can understand that as well.
Mm-hmm.
What
I
gives
have
you
a
peace?
Mm-hmm.
What do you tell your daughter? Any advice? Do you have any older daughters like in her teens or?
Now I have a 29-year-old and soon to be 16-year-old in a couple of days too. So
And what do you tell them about the dating scene? What is your, what do you talk to them about of all this that you've gone through?
I tell them, even before the divorce, I always tell my daughter, my younger cousins, I tell them, pay attention. Like, I had my daughter, she'll get angry with me. If I see any type of red flags with her, I'm like, leave that nigga alone. You know what I mean? So I tell them to self-love, to care about yourself, and to not give so much. And one big thing that I say is, don't be telling them dudes all your secrets, your childhood trauma
Right.
until you really know. Because when you got that right person, then it's just not. Quit telling them, because then they prey on it, and half the time they're not healed anyway. And I told my daughter, I said, me, like my cousin, like, why he told this about, he's talking about, I don't know how to be a mom because my mama abandoned me and all this, one of my cousins. I'm like, why you tell him that? I said, didn't I tell you with your last relationship, quit telling them all your, you know what I mean? Because they will use it against you. And so that's a big thing for me. Like, quit talking so much. Quit talking about your issues and your problems that you have with your family. And then another thing I would just say is quit going with the patterns. If don't go half. I have somebody talking about they put up and they went half on the food. You don't go half on nothing.
Are you reading my mind, Arleta?
Huh?
I just said that in the comments.
I can't see
You
them.
see the comments,
Yeah, you should just say them out loud, Tiffany.
I know. I'm
Can't
just
keep
typing
up.
because I don't want to speak over her, so I'm just
just go ahead.
responding to what you're
They need
saying.
to hear you
And
too.
we also
But no,
got some
what you
comments
said.
from our viewers as well. So when you guys got time,
go
we're going
ahead.
to touch on that as well.
No, what I was saying was, women used to tell me, you better than me. Girl, I don't know how you stay with him. But then she over here getting knocked upside the head and other stuff, but it's
And
like,
even if you're not
I
even
hear
getting
you.
Yeah, but they're not even claiming you. You just really the baby mama that they mess with, or you know what I mean? It's like, are you the side chick, or even if you ain't the side chick,
You
you
the
don't have a man
so-called
right
main
now,
one.
and then you went to get another man. He doing this, and then you really doing the
Turn
same
this
thing,
off.
you just doing it with different people.
Yeah, and Tiffany was married too. I have not been married, which I don't know if that's good or bad, but I have not been
24 years.
Tiffany's in the same boat as you. She's been married too. And so
Why I wanted to send you some questions, but no, when I read your story and I seen what you have been through and everything, I was like, oh my God, this is gonna be a really good interview, because a lot of women need to understand that everything what you're saying should be off limits, but we don't sometimes notice these things until after the fact, and I'm just gonna say that right there.
I've been getting to notice them years later.
Yeah.
I had
and what you said too, when they know too much, get ready. They start.
We don't know how about my mom and my auntie, how she got killed. But he didn't know a lot of stuff. He just probably found out because you've been around so many years. But I'm not, but quit talking so much and quit going half and quit trying to always say, I do this for you and I do that. Quit making yourself so available and quit doing so much for them. You know what I mean? Quit doing so much and quit accepting. Just go but then that's coming with knowing your worth and who you are. We can't hear you, Tiffany. Coming to knowing who you're worth.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So April Cox is watching, and she says, "Me too. Wanted first one to have baby daddy. She only wanted one baby daddy."
Mm-hmm.
She says she sees the W, sis. You right. And she says, "The cheater is always the accuser. You don't
Mm-hmm.
pick, God picks. Tell them."
Mm-hmm.
And so she
Mm-hmm.
asked, "How many
Totally agree
books
to
do
that.
you?" She asked, "How many books do you have? And which one of your books you feel that you can really relate to?"
Yeah.
All of them. You know, when I realized, and as I write them, I remember all of them really. Where you'll see, like even with a self drama on the block of selfish love, and you know what I mean. That book right there, where he got mad because she finally walked away. And I wrote this book probably 2017. He got mad because you know how they do too, but you can always predict stuff. You know what I
You
mean?
can.
He walked away from her and he tried to get his homegirl to jump her. It was a whole lot of stuff going on because she left because she got fed up. And then, other ones with Pam, how, he got mad when she found out that he was messing with her friend, her sister. And then, you know what I mean? But basically these characters, a lot of these characters, they just Salty series and that drama on the block. And also I'll Ride for My Hood. Yeah. The character Irene, that. I even had him when he read in the jail, like, who you talking about in that?
What?
Yeah, because it's like you writing when you're writing, it's a lot of experiences. Sometimes it's unconscious that you put it in there. So
I'm just about to say that it was from a result of what you had been going through. You yourself couldn't just, you know, you were writing it true enough, but what was inside of you was coming out based
yeah,
upon your own personal
the inner man always
experience.
knows. Yeah, the inner man
Yeah.
always knows. And
Uh-oh.
I don't know, girl. I just
Did,
say,
did he end up making his film?
no, not that I know
But yet he was hating on yours.
of.
Mad because he was mad. He was hating and he was mad because you were in the front. It was all about you. And
That's
he
so
just didn't
sad.
want it to be us. It
Yeah.
had to be him, which would be including you, but it was the other way around. So yeah,
How
that
could you
wasn't,
never give a shout out to say, you know what, I want to give a shout out to my wife, you know what I mean, on this.
wow.
And even when he he used to have like the mayor of Compton one time, they came and got, purchasing, he used to do little jobs for the city of Compton, and they come and purchase books and stuff because he'd have some selling while he barbecuing and stuff. But why you ain't call your wife to come meet him? You taking the pictures with him.
Wow. Mm.
But you got dumb people that they don't pay attention because they don't know yet. So that's why I'm here to let these people that's blind open up their eyes, help open up their eyes to see, like, come on, dude, you just gotta pay attention. And a lot of that's why with that social media, everybody looking at these relationships and they like team goals. People used to tell me that sometimes I used to cringe. But when they be like black love this, I'd be like, only if they knew. But we don't tell our business, you know what I mean? I tell my business because you praying that one day, it is gonna change, but it was enough is enough. And I knew I was supposed to marry that man from the first place, but I'll talk about that later too in the book.
Did you ever go to counseling?
With the Lord, that's how I got my courage, by staying in church, and this time just consistent. And it's different for me this time with God. It's so much different where I'm just really, really listening to him, and that's where it came from. And people might not believe that you can really get your inspiration, your strength, your power, and to realize who you are. It took me to that's it. And then you couple that with being fed up, baby.
No, I agree, because I was going to church at certain times in my life. It's really helped me too.
Yeah, it was just like I understood who I was more and more and more. Just like if you don't want God, you have to think about, God don't want you to go into no relationship with people constantly making you angry. I'm just angry. It did seem like I'm the angry person. I'm just angry. And it's like because he's quiet, you know what I mean? So it looked like he's not doing anything, but at the end of the day, it's manipulation. Oh, I'm just not
He
gonna say, well,
wasn't.
you know everything, because you don't want to, you know what I mean? You're not taking accountability.
He was being quiet, trying to make you look like the bad
Yeah.
person, trying to make it look like it was all you. But on the outside, looking in, the closed doors,
Because it
people
was
that
me,
knew
because I was
him,
loud. I was
yeah,
loud. He was quiet. And people still don't know to this day if they be like, she found this out, she did this. I even had an ex-friend who date one of his friends. When I told her something that I found in his phone way back in 2015, she said that his homeboy, his close homeboy, didn't even believe it. Like, no, she ain't seen that. You know what I mean?
What?
Yeah. So you know what I mean? Come on, Sheila. He don't believe it. Yeah.
Mm.
Because your friends don't even know. They think they know. The person that know you the more, that person that sleep next to you. People on the
Yeah.
outside, because y'all don't know nothing.
Yep. That
I
phone knows
I
it
slept
all.
with
It's
that
because
man
he
all
had
Phone
the
knows
time.
already
it all.
gotten to them.
So
That's
the phone
why.
don't lie.
See, he had already convinced them that it was you.
Because they see
So
one
it
thing in
don't
the
matter
street.
what you said, they not
Yeah,
gonna believe it.
right. And you're the pretender in the street.
Yep. Believe
You're a
me.
pretender.
Oh, it's so much I can say right now about
Baby.
that subject. You call them flying monkeys. Gaslighting at its finest.
Mhm.
That's what was going on at that time. People, like I said, you could show them and they still gonna be like, anyways, I still don't believe it. Like,
Yeah, no, he ain't like that. He don't do that. Even my own brother. My brother was like, you lying. I don't see he ain't gave you no
oh
money.
yeah, because your brother was on his side. He already got in his head.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
See, he
Be like, you
talk he
told
talked
him.
to people without you seeing it. And
Yep.
see, he already got them to believe him
No,
and
they
get
look
on
at
his side.
not even so that they look at what I do, with how I do, how we handle things. So they just see our family doing this, and they see this. They look at this, but it's just me. Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, from my daughter cheer, I'm like, keep paying all the
Mhm.
cheer, because if I got the money, I'm not the one to just keep coming and saying, oh, give me half of the money for cheer. If they send something this paid for, I got it in my account. I just sell her. And then when it was time like to go to competition in 2023 January, competition, I'm like, wait a minute. He ain't gave me nothing. Well, you ain't never asked for nothing like that. And I thought about it. I said, you pay for the hotel, you pay for the rental car, because that's what I do. I'm not looking just to pull from you, but you know what I mean? Treat your wife, do something for you. You know what I mean? Treat her. Here,
Yeah.
throw this on the
Exactly.
table, throw this down
See,
on
we
the
shouldn't
counter.
have to
Go spend
ask.
it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I was at the beach and I'm like, I said, this was May 2020. No, not May 2023. This was back in 2022. We were at the beach, I think Memorial Day. And somebody was selling some cupcakes. And I said, buy me one. He was like, no. And his homeboy's like, you ain't gonna buy her a cupcake. He laughing. This is one of his close friends.
The
He ain't gonna buy her
homeboy
a
will
cupcake.
before
He
they
was like,
will.
you just
Just
1 week.
like-
He was like, but he married to one of my ex-friends. He said,
Okay.
you ain't gonna buy her a cupcake. You just made, because he do a lot of overtime. You just made $4,000 in a week. You ain't gonna. And I'm like, he's like, which one you want, Nanny? I'll get it for you.
Dang. Well, you
Ooh.
know what? A lot
Wow.
of these men are just dumb.
Now he wouldn't
Just,
let that happen. He wouldn't have never let that happen. Yeah, no. The
No.
moment that he would have, yeah, because he already know what that's gonna make him look like. So no, he
Mhm.
would have never had let that type of. But because the moment, what I was saying in there, anytime he paid when he wasn't involved, or oh my God, my phone. When he wasn't involved or he was trying to ignore me or whatever, yeah, he want to start paying me some attention once somebody else start paying you attention.
Mhm.
So yeah, he would have never let nobody came in and bought me a cupcake and you right there.
Mm.
Something is
It
just not adding up. So
Yeah,
Baby.
I'm
some
sorry to
some
hear
of these
that.
men I think are just they probably weren't raised right because
I
I know
cannot.
I had a partner before and I was carrying something and this other man's like, you're gonna have her carry that? Like you should be carrying it in a roundabout way is what he told him. So some of these men are
Wow.
just like selfish, dumb, or on drugs
And
or
then not just them
alcohol.
though,
There's
because
just
Selfish.
they're not.
we gotta take accountability too, because we was the dumb ones that sat up there and study was
Yeah.
messing with them when
Why'd
they
we
did it. We
pick
should have been
them?
gone the first
Mhm.
time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I should have been gone a long time ago, baby. So
Yeah.
they only will do what you allow them to do. And that's
Exactly.
what I told my daughter. I say they're only going to do what you allow. If you start off like this, that's how it's going to end up.
That's how it's
Don't
gonna
start off
end.
just that pat. Oh, you know what I mean? He gone disappear for this time, and then and whenever you start, that's how it's going to be.
True.
So just
True.
gotta step up. Them red flags, you really gotta cut it. But a lot of us
Yeah.
were not healed, and we're so desperate to stay
Yeah.
with this person because I was desperate to have this family. That's all I wanted, to have this family, to be this ride or die, and 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 quit proving. Like he told me when we first got together, he's like he broke up with the girl because she left him in jail. So now in my mind, I ain't gonna leave him when he go to jail. You see what I'm saying? How they played it. You know what I mean? And
Mm-hmm.
that's what I told my daughter
Wow.
to say. One of her relationships with her ex-boyfriend, his mom, she did this, his mom did that. Girl, if that nigga blaming his mama for everything, then he gonna start blaming you for everything in
He
the
go
future.
Mm-hmm.
get ready. Get ready. And whatever
Because
they mom do, they expect for you to do,
yeah,
you
he gonna
know,
start
or
blaming.
vice versa, you know. Yeah.
Yeah,
He gonna
some of the
hold. He
moms
gonna
is
because
too
he
much
gonna
for
see
me.
they see you as their parent. So he see that person that he resent. That's who you see. And now I know that. And I don't want to, put it out there. But now I see that when I was the type of person to say, call your mama, call your mom. Yeah, you'll go by there or whatever. Oh, Aleta, he passed by me. He didn't say nothing. Aleta, he passed. Like he's across the street. Didn't come say, you know what I mean? But he'll go sit over there sometime. But the person that hurt you when you were younger and the person that you resent, and this is my opinion, that is the person that you look at some of us as the nurturer because we're a nurturer. So you'll look at me as your mother, really.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
And see, they look for
Because,
women too that are loving and will pretty much kind of not allow this person to do what they want to do, but not say too much because that's just how they mother were, vice versa.
Yeah, I
They
think
look
God
for
was
those kind of
raising
women.
them.
It's like we attract certain type of men because of
certain people
if
do,
I
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also heard that like sometimes we date the people like our parents. We end up dating people like our parents, which is scary to me.
No, not my daddy. My daddy was that's why my daddy was a man.
Okay.
And that's why I was so spoiled. And that's probably why I cried so loud too. Like, you can't do this, you do that. Because my daddy did it. My daughter would pull up in front of the house and her car popped in. He'll get mad, like, you mean to tell me he ain't checked your tires? He ain't did this, I mean, my daddy was a man. So that's what I really was spoiled too. So I can say that. And that's probably why I
Which
did
you
want
should
to
be, which you should be.
Yeah. He said you always want things your way. And I can say that because, I was really spoiled. I was spoiled. So I do want things but you're my man, you know what I mean? Because I'm not
it's
just
okay
a
to be
taker, I'm a
spoiled. Your
giver.
dad set that bar for you.
Yeah. And I'm a giver. So I'm not just taking from you, I'm giving too. I'm giving you. I'm giving you. I'm giving you. You was comfortable every time you come home, you know what I mean? And so, but him, I don't know, sometimes they could take from their parent, their parent. I don't want to talk about people's parents or anything like that, but I would say his daddy I was looking for a long time. His daddy took care. His daddy been with his mom for over 40 some years before he passed away, like at 93. So they were together. He was raised with both of his parents, right?
Good. Okay.
And he was raised with, then she had other kids from her other relationship. So she had a total of 5 kids. So I used to always say, well, he's with his family because his daddy was there, right? But his daddy told me in 2018, I remember was at my son's football game, and he said, and my son asked him too, why did you pay $25,000 from my daddy attorney? He said, because I wasn't there. So he was in the house, but he wasn't there. He said, I let her do all the things, and I feel that I could have did some things, differently, and maybe he wouldn't be like the type of person he was going in and out of jail. So he was in the house, and that's what he was. He was in the house, but he wasn't there.
No.
Physically you're there, but he wasn't. So he did take up. So I was like, okay, he grew up with the kids grew up, most of their lives now. Well, you have Miracle's about to be 16 with him like your dad did.
Yeah. I get you. I get what you're
but
saying.
He wasn't there.
I've been in relationships like that. They're there, and I still felt like I was by myself.
His father told me that, and that's exactly what he did. So then you have your mother who's there. She's stressed out now. Like I used to do, arguing and stuff. Yeah, she is like, why are you angry? Your mom's stressed out because she's mad because her man. And I ain't talking. I'm just saying this is other people can relate. I'm not trying to talk about his parents, but your mom mad because I'm like me. Your mom mad because the daddy's not here. He's doing this now. I got to raise. She got 4 other, 5 kids to tend to, sons and daughter, her daughter to tend to. He not here. She mad at him, and y'all doing this and this and this and this, and so now your mother, she's probably sometimes maybe she's blaming it on you, and so when I yell, he's just looking straight ahead. He numb because he's used to that from, you know what I mean? But you're not going to change your ways because you just don't give a damn. But anyway, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a counselor, so I definitely can't give you like advice. I just give you like what I've been through. Yeah,
but
that's
when you
why I think counseling is good. A lot of people go to counseling now. But
when you start listening to what you're saying, Cassandra, and your own thing, then you're just going to begin to dissect. The revelation going to come. We just got to, because you've been through it. So you do have a revelation. It's not just, you just have to probably just think about it. And your revelation is going to come. Why the pattern happened like that? What's going on?
Okay. Yeah. Believe me, I think about it too. After 24 years, it's like, dang, okay, I'm still processing everything and trying to figure out certain, times like why this didn't work. But I'm like, should I be even caring about that now?
Not me, baby. I don't
I
give a
mean,
damn. I don't care why it don't work. And that's all with God. I'm telling you, the Lord really, really being I surrendered everything to him. I surrendered. And I forget the digress in the day I was in church at a conference a little bit after the fire. And I remember I was in prayer. And next thing you know, that he took me all the way back to my childhood and where I was being, moving from how, my grandmother, she was depressed when my mom got killed. This is her second child she lost. My mom was 23 when she got killed. So she's depressed. And my auntie, she got killed. My great aunt, which was my mom aunt, helping her fight her boyfriend, and he shot her. So, you know what I mean? So I started thinking about how, she wasn't prepared to take care of me, and how, I remember her getting into it with my auntie and taking the trash bags. He took me back. I forgot all about this in prayer. And I could see the trash bags. We getting on the bus with the trash bag. I could see we going to somebody's house and I totally forgot. And so it's like, you know what I mean? He took me and I had to heal from that in order to start being able to heal from what I went through with him. It's a lot of childhood trauma that keeps us in these toxic relationships, and not even with men, with friends too. Because I done cut
thank
a
you,
lot of
Lita,
people
for
off
that.
too.
Wow, thank you for sharing that, because that really answers some questions to why I've been like going back in my childhood and things have been coming
Yeah, I
up
think
that
all of
I
us have had
remember.
like traumatic.
So don't ignore it. I used to ignore it because I used to feel better,
Yeah,
like ignore, act like it don't exist. But you can't ignore it.
you
You just
can't
keep
ignore it, and
on,
some people
keep
don't
on.
understand
Yeah.
when you do bring it up or speak on it. It's like, look, this
Yeah.
is my childhood.
And
This
he
is
took
what
me all the
I've
way.
been through,
Just
and I
start, and when
gotta
you do
get this
that,
out for some
yeah,
reason. So
and pray for it, and just I'm telling you, in prayer, just praying, and he will take you, and you can find out where it started at. And I didn't even know that I was fondled as a kid. It was this one uncle that I was so I was like, it was my favorite uncle in my mind. But when he came home a couple of years ago, I was like mean to him, and my kids were like, "Why are you so mean?" I didn't understand. I felt so bad. Like, why am I mean? I don't want to hear. Okay, it's time for you to go to my uncle's house. I was so mean. I didn't understand because he was my favorite uncle. When my mama died, he got my hair. He did stuff. And when I was in prayer, the Lord, the man,
he
that's why.
revealed to you why
Yes, I didn't
you was feeling
understand.
the way.
So that's what we
Oh,
do. And that's how it helps us heal. You got to go back and heal from some things and identify some things. And that's how I found myself to where I'm not allowing you to do that to me anymore.
yeah,
You're not
yeah.
going to hurt me no
That's
more. I'm
horrible
not,
that he's
yeah.
still like in your life too.
Goodness.
Yeah, that he's still able to come in your house where you and your kids are at.
Wow.
Well, I didn't know anyway. I didn't know then, but I will tell you something right now. Today, I will still invite him in, but not as they. I don't feel like being bothered. I'm gonna tell you that. But okay. So let me tell you something. When I realized this, I told my husband. I told my oldest daughter. Right. This is just all recently, within just say from 2022 to current. And I told him. And one, he was outside doing something. And he called me on the phone. He's like, "Open up the door. You ain't gonna open the door." And I was like, "Open the door." Your daddy said, "Open the door. Open up the door." Why is this ninja? Why the F you didn't tell? Even though, why wouldn't you tell me that he is him at the door? And I told you what happened. That was
What?
demonic.
Oh,
That's like a devil, a demon. Why wouldn't you tell me he at the door?
who
Yeah.
told
I
you
mean,
that?
he didn't penetrate me, but it's still the same thing. You know what I mean?
Oh
But
yeah,
why
definitely
would you
is.
just say, "Open the door," but don't tell me who at the door? You did that intentionally.
Who, your
Evil.
ex-husband did that?
Yeah, this just not long ago. Yeah, during before the fire, about
Yeah,
anywhere from 2022
He
to
wanted to trigger you.
I wouldn't want
He
that
yeah.
wanted you
person
to
at
be
my door
triggered
at
by
all.
that
I
and
wouldn't
take
want
you
them in
into
my
a
life
place
at all, to
that
be
you
honest with
was
you.
trying to get away from. That's
What you say,
sad.
Cassandra?
I wouldn't want that person in my life at all. Because you're
I
violated and like that triggers you, and you don't want to have to be looking at the abuser. Like that's traumatic. And then if
yeah.
you
So
don't want him
I'm
around your kids
so
either, like, and if he did that to you, more than likely he probably did it to other people too.
could have, but he went to jail at 21
Uh,
and didn't get out now until he's 56, 57. So,
I
but
still don't want him around. I don't
I'll
want
tell
him
you.
around because that takes your innocence. You know what I mean? Like certain people shouldn't be around.
We just finished.
Yeah, they
We
cannot.
finishing up
So
our
with me,
movie.
I don't have the patience for him to be, near me, but I could still be cordial because, again, like I said, I'm healed from it, but he wouldn't be able to be like, like when he was here, I'm just sitting there. I think April was here actually, but when he was here, it was just like, but no, I don't fool with him. I didn't block them and everything else. I don't fool
You
with
did block him?
Yeah, I don't want to fool. I mean, but
Good.
if I see him at the
You
house,
don't have
I
to
was
be
just
friends
like,
with someone like that. That's someone I don't want nothing to do with.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, certain people you don't want nothing to do with. And you shouldn't feel bad. I don't care if they're family or not. Like when they did that, they don't have no right to your life after that. Why do you think so many people stay in relationships that are not beneficial to them?
But they don't know any better. They're not healed yet. They don't even know who they are.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And it's just that. Same thing what I said with myself. It's like, you're just holding on to a hope. You're holding on to, if I could, what Michelle say, you can't change a man.
Yeah.
So basically, you just holding on to what you think you could build a bear. You holding on to that bear, that man you think you're going to build to be that one. That's all. And then there's just a lot of attachment. Some people are scared that, they're going to lead them and be better with that next person. Let them be.
Okay. She said, let them leave. What challenges do you remember as a teen mom?
Besides going through like with my aunt, she was on welfare, getting a welfare check for me and the baby. And her not, my dad, he worked. He never wanted the money. I was living with my dad, but just her, just like maybe having a mom there. I don't know. I don't really feel like I had, to be honest, but I don't condone this. I don't feel like I had challenge because my dad was just that dope.
So your dad was there?
Yeah, I don't really, I'm pretty sure if I can, it's nothing that I'll feel like, I just say, because he babysitted, when when it was time for that, because I went to a teen mother school, so she went to school, but like in the working, I don't know. I don't really see hell. I don't.
Okay.
I was spoiled.
You're lucky you have a dad. Not everybody has a dad.
I was spoiled, so I don't really, I just say live your life and find that right person. Don't rush to have kids just to have, you know what I mean? Oh, no.
Okay. Okay. Do you have any more advice for the teenagers, for the teen parents?
Yeah, just go out there, be something, show your child that, you know what I mean, that there's more to life than just being a baby mama, than just being a person sitting there comfortable in this particular job that's making you live from paycheck to paycheck. So I would say for the teen moms that already have a baby, strive for something better, strive for more. So right now, if you're working at a grocery store, strive to get yourself maybe to work at a bank. Okay. Don't just think the grocery store is the end. You know what I mean? You work there for 6, 12 years. Sometimes they got good benefit packages and stuff like that, but just climb the ladder. Go for more.
Gotcha.
Go for more. And then use your God-given talent. We all have talent, whether it's braiding hair, you know what I mean? Writing, how they do it, whatever you do, whatever your talent is, use that talent to prosper.
Okay.
And don't get comfortable to where, you have people like, right now prices are high, but like how some people, they've been doing hair for over 10, 20 years, still in the kitchen, which you can, you know what I mean? But maybe get a shop, or maybe, you know what I mean? Add on to the house, get your permit so they won't shut you down, add on to y'all. Just do more. Okay. Maybe teach some braiding classes, or, you know what I mean? Just do more. Okay. Take everything away from that, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does make sense. Tiffany or Delia, do you guys got some more questions? I got more questions, but you guys are welcome to join in and ask questions
I'm gonna slow down for a little bit too, because I'm gonna get ready to get out of here. But go ahead.
Oh, okay.
My background got so much going on. If I don't want too much noise to be in there from the kids, but everything that Arleta has spoke on and the advice she has given, it's 100%. It's valid. Am I saying that right? Like I vouch for it. I vouch. I agree with you. I really don't have I have questions, but it's so many. It's
you can always hit me up, girl. You can always hit me up in the inbox. Whatever.
Definitely will.
But just look forward to. I'm gonna put something out. And it's not to. And I want to clear something up. It's not to bash the man, but I can't help my truth. And I can't help
No.
that you're part of my truth.
Yeah.
So I'm happy to share my story. So I don't want it to look like, oh, she just talking about, I'm sorry, but this is my truth.
It's
This is what
just,
There's a
happened.
lot of
Y'all
women
didn't
that
see
have the
this on
same truth as
Facebook.
you.
Yeah.
and they're
Y'all didn't
scared
see
to
this because I
speak
didn't
on
put it on
what they've
Support
been through.
excuses of men.
And you're
Facebook.
helping other women, look at the big picture,
Mhm. Yeah,
and
that's
get
true.
out while they can. That's what you're
Yeah.
helping them with right
But it's
now.
so hard. I know that, you guys. So don't just think, you know what, I know it's not easy
Oh
just
no,
to
I've
get up
stayed
and
for
walk.
24
That's why
years.
you got to stop before in the beginning.
Long time.
How, like somebody I text them we talked for like 2 days, baby. I blocked like that probably end of that second day or the third day block. So that's why we got to cut stuff off. But if you're already in there right now, you just got to, what you have to do is
Pay attention.
you'll know, and start building yourself up, start understanding who you are, focusing on you
Mhm.
more than you focusing on that man, where he
That's
at, what
right.
he's doing,
Thank
and
you.
why you ain't spending time. Just keep focusing on you, and then you're gonna learn who you are. And then once you start learning who you are, other things are gonna start happening. You're gonna know what this happened. I'm telling you, you're gonna get revelation after revelation,
That's
and then
right.
you'll have the curve like it's done. Because I bet you nobody would never thought I was gonna leave that man. They probably thought it was gonna be baby. And I
They,
left, you know.
they thought the
Baby,
same
if you
thing
would have,
too.
I said that's it. He said no, and I respect that. You didn't lie and pretend like you wanted. I'm okay with that. You said no, you don't want. I want out because I felt stuck. I felt miserable. I was really miserable.
Hmm. A lot of us have been
Um,
miserable with our partners. Or like I said, we've been with people and feel like
Well, I
we're
do have
by
one
ourselves.
question I will ask.
Go
Mhm.
for it, Tiff.
Okay, after 24 years, well, after 6 years, we've been not in communication. He took me to court for custody, but now he wants to communicate. He wants us to be friends. He wants us to
Mhm.
co-parent. I mean, do you think and I say this, he got remarried again already. Do you
Mhm.
think it's good for us to be friends, or I should just keep the distance the way it's been and just, co-parent with
And
him?
with me, Tiffany, if you're not holding on to anything and you don't have any type of, I don't see a problem with it. Now he's healed and he's okay and he's understanding, but if you just feel like, you know what, I'm cool, then you have a right to say you cool. But if y'all got younger kids together, y'all got grandkids together, you can be cordial. You don't have to be friends. Hey,
Yeah,
how you
okay.
doing? I mean, that's what I said. Like I said, was telling her, be at the baby birthday party. He know Gigi and Pawpaw, right?
Yeah.
So, he's about to be 3 years old. So, baby, they so smart these days, right? So,
Yeah.
I mean, hey, what's up? Or pass me that. You looking at me like I'm a fool. You can't pass it. That's just dumb stuff because you'll pass a stranger. Just pass it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You don't have to be friends.
No, I
No.
know what you're
that's true.
saying.
I mean, it's up, yeah, but if you feel that you don't have to be, but I feel if you got younger kids, why not? Be
Yeah, we
cordial.
we we do have a teenager. We got 5 grandkids together,
Yeah, why not be cordial? That's me. But I mean, it just depends on what he did. I don't know. I just say if you forgave him, you
It's a
moved on,
lot,
be
yeah.
cordial.
It's this ain't my interview, so I ain't trying to bring up none
Yeah.
of that. But I thought about it for a long time, and I ran into him, and it was like something in me just said, "Say hi," and kind of break the ice and move forward from all. I don't like to say grudges, but I was upset for a while.
Yeah.
I was ready, feeling some kind of way because of everything that he put me through and how he trying to make me out to be the bad person. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, no, you're right. I'll just pray on it and
Pray a lot.
pay more
Yeah, that's
attention
it. Pray
and
a lot. Meditate about it. Pray a lot. Pray
yep,
a lot. And just
I will
just
do that.
love on yourself and learn more about you, and then everything will start falling in line. It'll be so
Falling in
much
place. That's right. You're right.
What
it'll be
advice
so
Thank
do
much.
you.
you have for young people that have not started dating about dating gang members?
Ooh, ooh.
It's what I don't gang members, it don't matter if you're these days, it don't matter if you're a gangster, it don't matter if you're just a skateboarder, it don't matter. You just
Hmm.
want to date the right person.
Thank you.
So you want to make sure that person, so even if he's a gangster, if he's a skateboarder, if he's a rock and roll band player, all you want to do is making sure that you won't be in danger of being with that person, because you can have a skateboarder that riding with the other skateboarder clique. So I don't really want to just kind of gang banging. I mean, because I kind of think gang banging played out. We just probably hang out now. Well, I don't know. they ain't make it really played out to me. But
Yeah.
you want to just be with a person that, first of all, pay attention to the red flags, danger. You don't want your life in jeopardy at any time.
Okay.
And then you want to make sure that's a good man, a good person to
Right.
be with, a good boyfriend. You know what I mean? Not a man, a boyfriend. But if he's into stuff, hanging with, cliques and crews, and you know how you see how they moving and how they getting down,
Mm-hmm.
you see how them young girls end up getting killed and sitting in the car. Well, you got just want to be cool.
Yeah.
So just be careful who you with, and it depends on their circle, who the circle that they're around.
Okay. Okay.
All
that's
of
good.
the above.
That's good.
That was my habitat, right? Living in the hood. So gangsters, that's what I wanted. You know what I mean? But and square people, I say that didn't gang bang. I say they were square. That was my habitat. So.
Delia, do you have another question?
Delia.
Well,
what advice do you have for fighting other females over a boyfriend or husband?
Don't do it, baby. I have never had a fight over him in my life, and that's been for 30 years. I don't do that. A female don't owe me anything. So the only time that I will check you and nobody haven't bounced back, don't want to do nothing, I would check you because, for instance, like it was like maybe I was like 22 or something, this girl, whatever, I'm like, here, tell her whoop 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 whoop. Yeah. Like, I don't want, I ain't talking to you no more, whatever. This I'm with my woo, my baby mom, blah, 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 I'm cool. But then you still call back. Then if I'm gonna check you then, right?
Okay.
Because he already told you. But if he ain't telling you, I can't tell you. Or you had one girl, she was playing on my phone. I was pregnant with my youngest daughter. She playing on the phone. And I told her, I said, you don't know who you messing with. And what I did is I pulled up to where he was at, and I was like, take me to her house now. And he did. Because when I was bringing hot, if they making me mad, I'm gonna bring the heat to him, and he don't want the heat from me because I don't know how to. I didn't know how to stop back then. I don't know how to turn it off.
Yeah,
I act the damn fool. And so, and he knew it, and that's why he was mad that she was doing it. So we go to leave them women alone. I just seen this girl. This is, mind you, my baby is about to be 16. I just seen this girl about 3 years ago, and I said, "You that girl that was playing on my phone?" And I had my face because I was, you know what I mean. And I was like, and I checked her, and she told me, "I apologize. I was young then." You know what I mean? Leave them women alone. They don't got nothing to do with it. I don't. She don't owe me nothing, but you're gonna respect me now if you know this is my dude. Even like, you know what I mean. You my associate, and you messing with him. And I find out that you're messing with him. Back then, maybe about a year or two ago, I probably would have just popped her real quick. But now it's just like, you trash. I just don't care. Now I don't care. But I don't argue with no females that unless they trying to disrespect me, popping off at them. But I ain't got time for that. I never did that. That's never been me.
Okay.
Don't worry about no female. I'm bringing the heat to him. So if I jump out the car and I see him with a girl, I'm jumping out and I'm taking off on him.
Okay.
Right in front of her to let you know that this nigga right here.
That's right.
Yeah, I like the way you handle it. Good. Straight to the
because
problem.
I mean, in reality, it's not
to
her.
The source of the problem.
It's not her unless it's somebody that we know.
I don't have no, but sometimes it is them. They'd be effing a man in your face, all that type of stuff. But sometimes it's them. They know they don't care.
Sometimes it's your friends. It's your so-called.
That's what I say. It could be a friend. They be knowing what's going on, but somebody else who we don't know, who just maybe met him out. That's a different thing.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So no, y'all leave the women alone. It's not even that serious. If it is now, that's when you want to walk away on. But leave that girl alone. Quit playing on that girl phone. Quit cussing her, calling her. Quit talking about, oh, I got your man. That's why I had your man. Quit doing that. That's dumb. Quit doing that.
Yeah.
It's that serious.
Yeah.
You make
Did you enjoy being a banker, and do you have any tips for viewers on how they could get wealthy?
Yeah, I enjoyed it for maybe up until I walked off the job in 2008. Maybe I stopped enjoying it in 2006. Because I always had something inside of me that I want to more. I wanted more, and and it kind of turned out, good that he did challenge me. And they say, well, say to me, for evil, the Lord make it good. Because when he challenged me to write that book, that's when I left that bank, and I was like, this is not it. I start, working at the bank. And I have a book too. If your guests want to have it for free, that book will tell you how I didn't even have a bank account then, and how I ended up working at the bank, and how they didn't even think I was gonna last a week. The trainer told my manager I wouldn't even last a week, and I been in banking all that time, and I was there for over 3 years, right? Before I
Yeah.
went to the credit union. But and it's called do you want the bag or not? So and that's just about being bold and going after what you want. So the banking is good. I would say it's great, especially with no work experience and stuff like that. It's good. But also on the side, do something on the side. Entrepreneur on the side, use your God-given talent, how you had your things there right there, sell some stuff, because you're not going to get rich in corporate America.
Okay. Is that right?
So you need to have some other side hustles, and you need to put that talent to your God-given talent to use.
Okay.
And do some stuff on the side and save. You got to save. Start looking at people how to invest in the Bitcoin and crypto and stuff like that. Just do your research. If you want more, you got to figure it out. I figured out how to put a book out. You know what I mean? Figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can't, don't be a like me. I used to be the type of person before I got here this year. They don't ask for help. Ask for help, and if they say no, they just say no.
Okay.
Go to the next person, because you're gonna get a lot of no's that don't want to give you the game because they're scared that you're gonna surpass them. But me, I done gave a game to a lot of people in the urban industry. You know what I mean? Urban industry. Some of them, they don't recognize you. Some of them won't say hi to you. Some of them, you know what I mean? But yeah, it's whatever. You do your part. And
Okay.
that seed that you planted, just remember that seed is going to be a season, a time where that seed that you planted by giving them a little gem is going to water, and it's going to be, you're going to benefit off that seed because
Okay.
God sees all. So yeah,
Gotcha.
just
Okay.
hustle,
Okay.
and don't stop being comfortable.
Okay. We didn't get to talk too much about this. I understand like your mother was murdered in front of you. Can you share with us at what age this happened?
I was 6.
You're 6. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And how did you survive that?
Acting like it didn't happen,
Okay.
ignoring it, acting like it didn't happen, which is not good. So acting like it didn't happen because I didn't have any adults to put me in didn't recommend counseling. I didn't have any adults to.
Oh.
And I have my dad, he didn't bring it up. He act like it didn't happen too. And my grandmother, that made her really depressed, so she didn't bring it up. So those two people right there, they act like it didn't happen. So I act like it didn't happen, but it really bothered me because of course you want a mom. Everybody else have one, right?
Yeah.
But it was when, like I said, when the Lord took me back to my childhood, it was God. God is the one that the angels carried me through that time, because and that's why I did a lot of rebellious things and stuff like that, gang banging, teen mom and stuff like that, probably as a result. But I did handle it, I guess. Yeah, until I healed from it.
Yeah. Yeah, because we haven't experienced that. I can't even imagine. Like I can't even imagine my mother passing now, let alone witnessing her being murdered. So
I would think it's better back then, and to be honest with you, because with my dad, I still cry. It's been 10 years. So the longer you have a relationship with him, you know what I mean? I think it'll be worse on this time. But back then, of course I wanted a mom, but I was 6, so it's my dad who like really took a toll on me when he passed away. That really just like,
yeah,
because that was my support.
Yeah. I can, yeah, I
Yeah, so it's a little bit easier, I would think, but it's not easier, if that makes sense. And that's why
I hear
I
you.
encourage all adults, it should be natural, but love on other people's kids as well as you love on your own. You know what I mean? How people always say, that's not my child, I don't care what they do. Come on, dude. That kid's gonna be somebody, that kid could be because you failed to do your part as an adult to help them or to encourage them. That kid could be somebody to turn around and kill your kid. But if you would have just put something, spoke life into them and did something positive for them and let them know, you know what, don't listen to that lady over there. You're not stupid, you're not dumb. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you would have said something that probably could change their life and prevent them from killing somebody in your family or harming somebody in your family, you know what I mean? So we all just have a job out to do out here. And that's why I'm so compassionate about kids. I mean, I had a homegirl that went to jail. Her own family didn't even let her daughter stay there. They got way more money than me.
Yeah.
Nice house and everything, but she's staying with me. And and I heard my daughter one day, they were young, like 8, and my daughter said, and I turned around, I said, "What you say?" And she was like, "Nothing." I said, She was like, nothing about this her room, whoopty whoop whoop. She was telling her about her room. And when we got to the house, I checked her, don't do that.
Uh-huh.
You know, because kids sometimes they don't know, they just mean, but you know,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
have to let them know, stuff like that. But or when I'll be like, my daughter have friends over and I see one of them just sitting in the living room on the couch and the other one I'll be like, I say, why she not in? I don't know, she don't want to. So then I'll be like, such and such, was they being two-faced with you? I don't play them games.
Yeah.
I don't play that. You just gotta treat people right.
Yeah. That's nice.
That's what my daddy say, just treat people right.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That's really nice to hear that you're sending them straight and putting them on the right path.
Mm-hmm. You gotta love on them though, because there's a lot of them they just don't, and just encourage them. Because you don't
Yeah.
know how many people just, my dad's girlfriends, someone used to be saying little stuff. He is, if I would have told him, but I was been like so hard, I guess, like I didn't tell him, because I would have told him they would have been out. But then I told him when I got older, he was bad at me too. But yeah, you know, he used to say little stuff, sneaky stuff like that, you know.
Mm-mm.
But that
That's
one
messed
time
up.
she hit me with that bell, baby, he got rid of her quick after he done punched her. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, at least your
But I
dad
tell her,
had
I
this.
knew he would. I don't know.
Your
I just
dad put you
I never
first.
been a telltale, so I didn't tell. You know, even when
Yeah.
adults,
Yeah,
I wasn't a telltale. So
Yeah. Well, that's good. Your dad was on your team. He's there for you.
that's
Mhm.
right. And I've been had nobody whooping on you, and she not even trying to help you.
Yeah.
Like that's not what I asked you to do.
Yep.
Mhm.
You're gonna be there for her, or not gonna be here at all.
Mhm.
Mhm.
I mean, especially what you just went
Yeah.
through, and she want to whoop on you.
Mm-mm.
And we
No,
was
she was
older. And
trying
we
to
got
mess with your
older.
self-esteem
Yeah,
and
but she
trying to
was.
put you
Yeah,
down. And yeah,
but
that's
you have to be careful because you gotta look at her now. You in a wheelchair and all this time. You gotta be
see.
careful because
Yes, you
God got
do.
touch.
You
But
most definitely got to be
Yeah, because
careful.
someone's got to take care of you later on in life too. That's true.
That's right.
Hmm.
I'm sorry, y'all.
So
mhm.
you directed your first movie in the hood. What was your biggest obstacle in creating and filming your first film? I think we
Just not
talked a
having
little
it
bit
planned.
about
It was
that.
easy because thanks to April Cox, it was very easy. But just not having it planned. You know,
Okay.
the budget. Like I should
Okay.
have known, like, you know, we're gonna shoot it here instead of just saying, hey, how much you gonna charge me to do this? You know, I could have found more scenes probably, you know. A lot of them was on the street, and I think I probably did I pay? I didn't pay for one venue, huh? So, you know, just the budget.
Okay.
But and then making sure that you have backup, which thank God I didn't need backup because everybody stayed. And some people I called at the spur of the moment. I ain't telling y'all to do that. Some people I just called and say, pull up, play this role for me. You know what I mean? So it was fairly easy thanks to April too and all the help, you know, people calling out people and them the teens, you know, I give a shout out to them. They all rap mostly because my kids, like I said, they rap, but they was willing to do it and
Okay.
that's about it. Yeah.
What?
So
Where are you finding the best candidates to date? Are you starting to date again?
sorry, they I'll give my number. Something was April. I'll give my number. I don't like. Mm-mm.
I agree.
I had. You know what though? To be honest, I told my daughter, "What's going on with all these?" I said, "Baby, what's going on there?" Because I ain't no sugar mom. All these young dudes trying to get with you, babe. 29, 20. What you baby? No,
Girl, yeah, a lot of the young
You
ones are trying
too,
to talk to us too.
girl, what's
because
going on with them?
it's
Look, they
something
look,
going
look at
on. It
mama.
just don't feel right. It's like they either didn't have that mother figure, their mother,
I wish I would.
role model or somebody in their life. So now they reach out to older women to, yeah.
Yeah, what's going on? Talking about? I'm like, I said, my one to do. My daughter your age.
Right?
What that mean? Another dude we at the grocery store. I'm like, you what? But then he was looking kind of older. I'm like, dang. But they a little bit harder nowadays the way they look. But babe, I don't know what's going on with these young dudes. One dude 34. I don't know, grabbing blocking everything, buddy. I don't like him. I'm just waiting for mine to Lord say I don't
My
like
friends like younger men, but
him. Mm-mm.
I don't like them too old and I don't like them too young.
Yeah,
I
but I don't
prefer
want
to
to. I
deal
don't
with
got time
them
for no
my
little boy.
age.
Yeah, I don't want no little boy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Me and your mom be out here fighting because she like, what you doing messing with my son?
Uh-huh. Yeah. We've seen that. We still see that going on right now.
Yeah, I would there though. I'm good. Mm-mm.
What would be your ideal breakup party or divorce party? Have you thought about anything like that?
But ideal would be more so kind of like a self-care, inspiring each other, speaking life into each other. Not even worried about that ninja. Don't even be talking about him. Just speaking life.
Okay. That sounds nice. Delia, Tiffany, you guys got more questions? I got some more, but if you guys got some, now's your chance.
I have one more. I asked her the most of them, but I wanted to know, are you thinking of anytime soon? I know you did some movies, but are you thinking of really going into acting or staying into being an author?
No, I'll leave the acting to my kids, so they start in my movie. No, I don't want to. I'll put them on the so whatever. I'm putting them on the spotlight. I don't want the spotlight.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'll do more coaching and teaching, like coaching. But no, I don't want to act. We'll slow up probably writing with the books, but I will do more. Shoot more movies with all those books I have out, and then teaching. Coaching people. But no, I don't want to act. I'm just leaving that to them. I want them to do everything.
Okay.
Nice.
It's their time to shine, right?
Yeah. So do you think you'll do more directing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. We'll keep you in mind. Yeah,
I'll be hitting y'all up. I got about a couple of more minutes, guys. I'm gonna get ready.
Okay. What's your favorite hair decoration?
Braids.
Braids. Okay. Where can viewers go to learn more about you and your products and your services?
You can go to AletaWilliams.com.
Okay.
And you can find me on Instagram at bestselling_Arthur Aleta Williams.
Okay.
Yeah, but go to my website. It'll take you to all my handle pages, ArthurAletaWilliams.com. My books are on Amazon, and you can, if you want autographed copies, you can also get them off order on my website.
Nice. Okay.
And then if you guys want a free copy while supplies last of that book, you guys should just email me at Arthur Aleta Williams.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Brianna forgot the email address. Use it. What is it?
I have it.
You have, okay, yeah. You can email me for that. I have free copies. Yeah, I'm just kidding. I'll go out and give
Where
them
do we email you at?
A lot. I think it's Arthur Aleta Williams at Arthur. Do Alana.
I think you have it, Cassandra. You have it.
I know, but I mean for our viewers.
Oh.
That's Alana. You can use it. You have it. Well, you can use Alana, ALANA, the number 4, success@gmail.
Gotcha.
But it's easier to just go to my website. You can click and see the email. I don't know the email by heart.
Okay. Ladies, do you have any more questions before I ask our last question?
I don't. I just want to say it was a pleasure meeting you.
You too.
Pleasure.
And what a your book too.
Beautiful inspiration. I will email you that.
Okay.
Email you it. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah.
Aleta, do you have any last words for an ex?
Quit acting like a what's that song? Don't act like a bee. Quit acting like a bee. Quit being bitter.
Okay.
That's the song. Oh,
heal. Heal.
But
sometimes the man's got to heal.
I don't want no scrub.
Okay. I just saw PNC yesterday. They performed yesterday. I was at.
Wait a minute. I don't even be seeing. Wait a minute, baby.
They hired them. It was a private event. It was for one.
Oh, okay.
Conference.
Yeah.
So
well, I know they did a good job. Wait.
Well, thank you. I have to get off to get ready to go.
Aleta,
thank you, Aleta.
So what church are you going to tonight before you roll out?
Now I'll tell everybody my business.
Okay.
Gotcha. Girl,
okay.
Look at Aleta, like, wait a minute.
We understand.
No, but I'll inbox it to you, baby, but I ain't about to put it on here.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Have a nice night. Thank you so much for coming through. We really
thank you so much, Aleta, for your time. And I will reach out.
I'm not trying to be stingy with it. I'm just want to be safe.
God bless.
No,
you're doing the right thing, Aleta. Yeah. You know what's right for you. You can't just put everything out there. No, for real. I was just talking about that on my post. But no, thank you so much for your time. I wish I had more questions, but you definitely spoke on everything that I can relate to. And I will be in touch. I'll be reaching out for your books and following you and
we
supporting
want an autograph copy.
Yes,
Yeah,
me
I
too.
got you. I
Okay.
appreciate you. Then I'll be ready
Uh-huh.
once they're done stamped in papers. I'm gonna call you to plan that party. And
Okay.
we're gonna do it in person. We're gonna do it virtually too. So I'll be hitting you up. Don't
Thank
worry
you,
about it.
Aleta.
All
Okay,
right.
thank you. You have a
Bye.
great one, guys.
You have a
Thank
good rest
you.
of your night.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Have a good night.
You too.
That was good.
Miss Spice,
Yes, I'm here.
I wanted to do a shout out to
Oh yeah, we're still recording. Go for it.
Go ahead.
Patricia Thickness Willis.
Yeah.
We
Patricia
interviewed
Thick
her.
is in. Her name is Patricia Thick is in.
Okay, well, Patricia, you know who it is, sweetheart.
Yes, we do
Uh,
know Miss
I
Patricia.
I got this from her.
Let me see what you got.
Candle Smells Like Heaven. It's called Black Pussy. Woman. Sorry, did I say that?
That's the name of
Anyway,
it. But you know, people understand this is YouTube.
it's
Look,
all my
2024 people.
and the type of show that we are,
It's 2024 people. That's where everybody came out of. Oh, never mind.
I can't get it back
Okay,
up.
good night,
I
everybody.
cannot get this back up. These kids got me doing so much more than I'm going to be doing on
And
YouTube. Sorry,
these
you guys, for
beautiful,
the back
got
interruption.
all these beautiful candles.
Hold it up,
And
Della.
Yeah.
Hold it up
you
so we
can.
can see.
I did.
Go ahead. Oh, there we go, right there. Up some
And
more.
her IG is at Miss MISS Thick 43, and then she has at Vendor Wine.
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
Patricia
yeah.
Thicknesson Willis.
Thank
And
you.
it smells beautiful. Thank
She
you,
sent me
sweetheart.
one too. Thank you so
That
much,
is
Patricia
beautiful.
Thick is
But
in.
yes, thank you for sharing that as well. That's nice. Okay.
Yeah,
I told
thank
her
you,
I
Daniel.
was.
Oh, that's
Okay,
sweet. I
I give
know
her a
you.
shout out.
What does it smell like again, Della?
Huh? What you say?
What does it smell like again?
It said a black pussy.
Oh my goodness. But all right, look what they
Beautiful.
say.
Smells like heaven.
We like strawberries and grapes and peaches and all that good stuff. Oh man, I wish I had more questions, but no, that was really a good. Everything she spoke on had me like, whoa.
Patricia.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was beautiful
Patricia's
lady.
great.
Yeah.
Yes, she is very beautiful.
Ooh, very strong, because I'm
Yeah.
like, whenever I think of someone passing away, it just tears me up. So
It tears you up. Here, take
She had
this
to
phone
bury
here, baby.
both of her
Go
parents.
get it to
That's
Uncle
so
John.
hard.
I'm talking all on here.
She had to bury both of her
They're gonna be
parents.
like Uncle John. They went from the interview to Uncle John. Who was Uncle John? And who was Patricia? Who was that? But you know, we have to make it interesting for the audience.
I
Yeah.
promised her I
Never
would
know.
give a shout out.
Thank
No,
you,
you did a
Della.
great
Thank
job.
you
Thank
for
you, Della.
shouting it out. Our girlfriend
Yeah.
over there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank
We
you.
have to support one another, you know?
Mhm.
Yes.
The only way is that's the way the world, you know, the world goes around. It's like if we don't support the next person, how the world's gonna even know about them. So
Yeah. So
let's
all
keep
our
doing
viewers
it.
that are still watching, thank you for watching.
Thanks,
Thank you,
everybody.
guys.
Keep the
Thank you
party
so
going.
much.
Subscribe to us
Yes.
on
Have
YouTube.
a
So
safe
this
Friday.
live will be on YouTube as well. I have to upload it. Make sure and subscribe
should
over there
have
on
on my
YouTube.
show today.
Spicy Divorce Party Planner. Thank you to my lovely co-hosts, Delia Ann Mashel, Tiffany Siobhan Smith. They're both actresses. They're both mothers, both grandmothers. And we haven't decided, we might tomorrow be at the Illusion Night Club or Night Lounge in Santa Monica, California. We'll keep you posted on that. Bye.
Like she
Okay.
said.
Good night, guys. Thank you.
We'll see you
Thank
guys
you.
tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.